Pronounced, defined, used in lexical dispatch. Incarnate or incarnate, adjective. Incarnate, verb. Given a bodily, especially a human form. Personified, typified, embodied, pink or crimson. To embody, to substantiate, to put into a concrete form, to actualize. Servile, adjective. Servilely, servility. Very eager to obey someone. Subservient, abject, slavish, lowly, unimportant. Da Vinci went from prison to prison looking for a convict who was evil incarnate. At local unions across the country, they have become the devil incarnate. Christianity has historically regarded Jesus as the Son of God and God incarnate, both fully human and fully divine. Therefore, it was fitting that the person of the Son should be incarnate. They argued that the Church must redefine itself in terms of mission to take the gospel to and incarnate the gospel in specific cultural contexts. Jesus served, formed, and commissioned his followers to carry forth and enact the gospel message of God's incarnate love for the world. Consciousness, as we know it, typically comes much later in life, and as other notions of how things ought to be, what virtue is, and so forth. That is the meaning of being incarnate, consciousness embodied in flesh. Thus both child and mother were sanctioned by the presence of Mary and the Word incarnate. The waving, vibrant green of growing things in a strong breeze was beauty incarnate to him. "Who are you?" "I am fear incarnate. I am the terror of Gotham. I am the scarecrow." The roses were incarnate, a deep crimson that caught the eye. The sky turned incarnate as the sun set over the horizon. The first one reflects a negative image of the peddler, who incarnates various forms of sin and folly, cheating, luxury, cupidity, drunkenness, and heresy. Everything is orchestrated to provide the experiences that you sign up to encounter before you incarnated on this planet. The past was gloomy, drudgery-ridden, servile, meaningless, and slow. In order for governments to maintain their hegemony, they absolutely need servile, docile taxpayers. We didn't have any love in our heart for her. The character she portrayed was obnoxious, servile. There was no pride or dignity. By comparison, a training course in rain gutter and drain installation would be instilling servile and manual arts. I guess I believe you can do servile work and yet be free in your mind. The ensuing transition from a servile to a free labor market has been conducive to the erosion of the boundaries standing between slavery and indenture. If cheap labor means servile labor, it is a burlesque on the policy of emancipation. Leisure is, in the real world, supported by servile labor. The more leisure, the more servility. The looting of America took place while America slept, servile to the financial advisors, banks, and elected representatives in Washington, whatever their race, creed, or color. Liberal arts are anciently contrasted to the servile arts. They do not aim at production and they do not aim at producing producers. Those in bondage were required to peacefully accept their servile status. Many people think that retaining anybody to do something so servile as just carry their bags around is a relationship they'd rather not have with anyone. From people of servile origins, nobles used to demand and receive deference and certain privileges. Residents of this oasis formerly stood in a servile relationship to nobles of the caravanning village. Rita dresses in pink and white and follows her brother's orders almost servilely. The period trends of a more elaborate version of previously aristocratic advice to the middling sort and an aversion to servility are evident.